salutatorian of the class of 2016.
Good afternoon to the Honorable Mayor and Salty and City Council, members of the Board of Education, Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Tardallo, Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Tejan, Principal, Mr. Orlando, administrators, faculty, close colleagues, parents, and most importantly, to the members of the Clifton High School class of 2016. Come on, guys. Before I commence, I would like to dedicate my speech to my grandmother, who was unable to attend owing to her current battle with chronic Alzheimer's. I am sure she would have been proud to hear my speech today. My name is Desiree Sony, as I had mentioned, and as you may already know, I am proud to be the salutatorian of this graduating class, this legendary class of 2016. From this experience, I have gathered that hard work truly pays off. Whether it be in a week, a month, 4 years, or in a lifetime, I promise that you will all reap from the benefits of your efforts. When drafting today's address, the thought lingered, how could I possibly stand before another graduating class without repeating the same message brought forth by previous salutatorians and valedictorians who had the honor to stand on this very podium that I am standing here today. But it wasn't until a few days ago that I came to the sudden realization that I need not worry about repetitiveness. Every graduating class brings new faces than from the previous years. While we must all learn about polynomial functions and read the same Shakespearean sonnets, it is imperative that everyone here hears a message of motivation, hope, and prosperity that I am more than honored to deliver this evening. There isn't a doubt in the world that the class of 2016 was quite an extraordinary group of Mustangs. I've encountered individuals of all walks of life. Mustangs who ran 3,200-meter races, launched 8-pound shot puts 38 feet and 1 inch across the field, mastered 5+ instruments, initiated a campaign of appreciation for education, and championed a cause to aid in finding a cure for disease that hits close to home. On separate occasions, they have aced national exams, flawlessly broken a leg during theatrical performances, and free-handed intricate self-portraits. The teachers I have encountered understood the intricacies of quantum mechanics and were effortlessly capable of reading between the lines of the works of infamous writers and poets. They could simply explain the principles of Newtonian calculus and somehow found a way to make the subject we were immersed in relevant in our everyday lives. I haven't a doubt in the world that Clifton High School is sprinkled with intellectual diversity, aside from the colorful religious and ethnic population that the institution is otherwise known for. And how does one possibly find value in one's own worth amongst the community of heterogeneous learners? The answer, the chemical formula, is quite simple. Find your own passion and pursue it wholeheartedly. High school has proven to be a transitional period for me. I have grown, both physically and intellectually. In September of 2012, we entered through the doors of Clifton High School as different people. Back then, I was unaware of my own capabilities and imperceptive of the underlying message beneath every history, math, science, and English lecture. I defined myself by a minuscule black number printed on a green report card. However, that all changed when I came to the realization that education is precious. It is the greatest gift of all, and it is granted to us for free, unlike a plethora of individuals belonging to different societies from every continent on the globe. Overall, I believe that I have transcended, in fact, emerged from the ashes as the phoenix does. My motivation now is purely intrinsic. Now, I perform well and will continue to perform well. and I learn and will continue to learn for the sake of learning. I am truly and wholeheartedly consumed by the subject matter in which I have the privilege to be taught. And tonight, I encourage you all to do the same, taking the good from every experience in life. Every day is an opportunity for personal growth. There is no perfect human, but we can most certainly work on ourselves. I couldn't have done it without my greatest fans, my family, Dad, Brandon, Mom, and even the dog, Roscoe, who always encouraged me to strive for greatness. However, I am most grateful for my God. Many who are close to me are aware of the value that I place on my faith, as I have seen it move mountains in my very own life. And to the class of 2016, I pose a question. To whom and to what do you owe your appreciation? Who has encouraged you to make it this far? Take a moment and thank your family, educators, and mentors. Everything we have in our lives is a fleeting moment. Catch it before this wind blows it away, and embrace the help that you have been given thus far. After tonight, we salute an old friend, Clifton High School, farewell. Nonetheless, it is imperative to keep in mind that when one door closes, another one inevitably opens. I aspire to be a pediatric specialist and medical missionary, offering healthcare, education, and a message of motivation and hope as I am delivering right now. My journey starts here, right here, on this podium, and it begins right now. Where will your next journey take you? And what legacy will you leave behind? I wish you all a happy and healthy life, whether you choose to continue your academic endeavors or immediately enter into the workforce. I urge you to recall upon your foundations here at Clifton High School and the lessons that you have learned over the past 4 years. And if during your path you encounter failure, remember, failure is not an option, but merely an opportunity for new beginnings with pioneering approaches. Have a pleasant evening, and above all, thank you for allowing me to be this salutatorian.
And now I introduce Sharmitha Iraneni, valedictorian of the class of 2016.
The Honorable Mayor Anzaldi and City Council, members of the Board of Education, Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Tardalo, Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Tejan, Principal, Mr. Orlando, administrators, faculty, parents, friends, and members of the class of 2016, greetings. I would like to introduce myself, Sharmitha Iraneni, as this year's valedictorian. On behalf of the graduates of Clifton High School, I am honored to be speaking here this evening. It is truly my pleasure to speak in front of this talented, unforgettable graduating class, one that I have grown to cherish and hold close to my heart. Today we reflect on experiences at Clifton High School and recognize that growth that we've all experienced during our time here. For some of us, we've only been here for 1 year. For others, we've been calling CHS our home for 4 years. Regardless, we have been together as we embarked on the journey of knowledge, wisdom, and character, a journey to which I see no limits. September 2012 marked the beginning of my journey, one that began with ambiguity as to what my abilities were and what my role in CHS would be. Slowly but surely, that ambiguity cleared up. I attribute that to the intellectual discussions that took place in most of my classes, the leadership positions I've had in clubs that I truly passionate about, and finally, being surrounded by the peers and mentors who are here today. It has been a long ride, and so much has changed, and I'm sure that many of you can relate. For many of us, Clifton High School has provided us with many firsts in our lives. whether it be the first time we joined the sports team or the first time we took an AP course. I can truly say that we took these opportunities and ran with them. The accomplishments of the class of 2016 are second to none. From our excelling mock trial and academic decathlon teams to our dominating sports teams and every club in between. However, it is by no mere coincidence that all of these incredible things have happened this year. It is the reward of our determination and drive to expand our boundaries, to persist, persevere, and perfect ourselves and our teams. The hard work that we have put in throughout our time here has paid off, as we could see in each and every student seated here today. I could continue reminiscing about the last 4 years endlessly. However, it is important to think about the following 4 years. We have accomplished many of our goals during our time here, and now it is time to set new, bigger goals for the future. Whether it's graduating from college, opening a business, learning a trade, participating in politics, or entering the performing arts, each and every student will take what we have learned at Clifton High School and create our own embodiment of the word of success. While on our journey to becoming the people we yearn to be, it is important to remember that the achievements of our class would not have been possible without the support from our parents, teachers, coaches, counselors, and each other. To these mentors, thank you for believing in us and helping us get here today. Our success is your success. To the teachers I've had these past 4 years and the past 12 in the Clifton Public School District, your passion and drive for the respective areas of study resonated in me with lasting effects and has inspired me to find my own passion. I am especially grateful for the friendships I formed throughout my time at CHS and the pre-existing friendships I was able to strengthen here. Last but not least, thank you Mom and Dad, as well as all of the parents and guardians in this crowd for being my core, my foundation, and my biggest arena of support these past 18 years. Please allow me to finish with the saying by Vince Lombardi that I think is fitting for all of us gathered here today. It goes, the difference between a successful person and others is not a lack of strength, not a lack of knowledge, but rather a lack of will. To all our fellow peers here today, find your passion in life. It is up to you to make a difference and leave an imprint in this world. Attain the excellence that will make your future full of dreams that have become reality. Thank you so much to everyone for making my 4 years at Clifton High School very special. Congratulations, class of 2016, and remember, this is just the beginning.
It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the Mayor of the City of Clifton, the Honorable James Gonzalez.
President Vicente and members of the Board of Education, Superintendent Tartallo, Assistant Superintendent Tejan, Principal Orlando, colleagues on the Municipal Council, faculty, grandparents, parents, family and friends, and especially the class of 2016. I would like to start by introducing the official city family. Councilwoman Lauren Murphy, Councilman Peter Eagler, William Gibson, Raymond Grabowski, Stephen Hatala, Joseph Goloje. It is a privilege for me to give the official greetings of the City of Clifton. Graduates, we're all proud of you on this special night. We congratulate you, your parents and grandparents, on this milestone in your lives. Never forget the wonderful things you are capable of. Remember, you can become anything you put your mind to in these United States of America. Just strive for it. And may our one loving God shower blessings of success, good health, and happiness upon you always.
At this time, I wish to present the President of the Board of Education, Mr. Gary Pacenti. Good evening, and welcome to the graduation ceremony of Class of 2016. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to introduce the Board of Education. Time and effort one of these commissioners put into our children and this district's future is second to none. Will you please stand after I announce your name? Jafari Anderson. Judith Bousford. James Daly. Lucy Danny. Michael Evans. Larry Grasso. Rosemary Pino. And my Vice President, Arlena Gressi. Class of 2016, 25 years ago, I sat in the seats you occupy here today. I graduated on this field with all my friends and family in the stands. It was a special day in my life and a proud moment shared by all. Today is a very special day for me. I am honored and blessed because it's not only addressed to my daughter who is graduating. I get to address all the friends and families that have come to live over the past 12 years. I've seen them grow from young children to young adults. We have joked and laughed at the house. We shed tears in the stands and on the fields, and discussed many of life challenges that will come. I consider all of you part of my family. Whether you've learned anything from me or not, I have learned and grown from all of you. I would like to personally thank you for that. In a few short moments, you will be graduates. And as I look around the stadium, into the eyes of these young men and women, I know this is no accident. This is the reward for your hard work and dedication each and every one of you put forth each day since kindergarten. You must keep challenging yourself throughout life, shoot for the stars, and never settle for mediocrity. Wherever your life path takes you, strive to be leaders, not followers. True leadership comes with challenges. Everyone will experience both successful times and failures. These are significant building blocks in your life, especially if you take time to reflect on your failures. Do not be afraid of them, embrace them, and learn from them. There may be a valuable lesson hidden in a failure, a lesson that will soon become apparent and will help you gain wisdom as you progress towards your goals. Remember, a great leader does not set out to become a leader. They set out to make a difference. In conclusion, I would like to thank and congratulate the parents, grandparents, and guardians. This is a very proud moment in our lives that you should never get. I would also like to thank the administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, and support staff members for a wonderful school year. Please keep up the good work. You're truly the best of the best, and I'm very proud and honored to say that I'm the president of the Clifton Board of Education. To the class of 2016, school district has given you a strong foundation, and you are very well prepared for the future. As this chapter of life closes, another chapter opens. Remember your roots and never forget where you came from. Always be proud of that. Take a minute to embrace all who helped you get through your high school career. I encourage you to remain close to your friends, teammates, coaches, and teachers. I challenge you to take what you have learned in your Clifton High School experience and apply it throughout your lives. And remember, wherever your life path takes you, be a leader, make a difference, lend a helping hand, and leave the world a better place than you found it. As my coach, your principal, Mr. Orlando, has always stated, it's a great day to be a Mustang. But to each of our seniors, you are now Mustangs for life. Congratulations.
I would now like to introduce Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Richard Cardallo, who will say a few words and then we'll certify the class of 2016.
Congratulations and best wishes to the class of 2016 as you move on to the next phase of your life. The members of the Clifton educational community, including your fellow students, parents, family members, teachers, support staff, have given you the opportunity to learn the foundational skills necessary to be successful in your future. This experience unfolded in a unique environment which allows you to experiment and grow side by side with a diverse population representative of the world today. You should be well prepared for any challenges that may arise. You have achieved one of the initial stepping stones of your career, a high school diploma. The intrinsic value of this document can only be measured by the continuing progress you make toward accomplishing your personal goals and aspirations. It is essential that you could continue to be a lifelong learner as the world expands its capabilities in business, medicine, and advancing technologies directly impacting the workplace, which may no longer be an office, but more frequently a digital base from which you can work anywhere in the world. We have a long history of our students giving back to Clifton by returning to live and perhaps work in the community. Many of our former graduates have returned to Clifton as teachers, doctors, lawyers, and many other professions to enrich the community from which they grew. We invite each of you to return and continue the legacy of giving back to our community. This class has achieved and been rewarded with over $6 million worth of scholarships. All of this due to your hard work. I'd like to identify 23 of our students and ask them, the ones who are going into the armed services, to please stand for a round of applause. serve our country. 84% of our students are going on to a post-secondary education, and the remainder are entering the world of work and apprenticeships. Congratulations to all of you on your choices and much success in the future. 3 reminders. Appreciate your family members and especially your parents, as you will learn that time is fleeting. Choose your friends wisely, for you may be judged, albeit unfairly, by the company you keep. There are clear absolutes in life, absolute rights and absolute wrongs. Choose to do the right thing. Finally, may you have the courage to pursue your dreams and the wisdom to make the best choices. I would now like to ask this wonderful class of 2016 to please stand. With the powers invested in me as the superintendent of the Clifton school system by the state of New Jersey, I declare that each of you has met the high standards for graduation from Clifton High School and the state of New Jersey. Congratulations. You have all formally graduated. Thank you. You may move your tassels to the other side.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. You have it, the class of 2016.